Hello, and welcome to Confessions of a Refashionista. I'm Refashionista Sherry, and I am here to teach you how to live sustainably, affordably, because being eco-friendly shouldn't cost the earth. Now today we are going to raid the linen closet and grab those old sheets and tablecloths and transform them into some absolutely fantabulous, quirky, cool caftan. So let's get making!
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.
So now I have had these lurking in my stash for quite some time. And I mean, I picked these up quite a few years ago, while thrifting, because the colors are fantastic. I adore vintage bed sheets. They have the most amazing patterns and the colors are so vibrant. And vintage tablecloths are absolutely gorgeous and perfect for so many projects. All of this is so much fabric. And once you kind of get over the fact that, hey, it used to sit on someone's bed or it used to sit on someone's table, go wash it. I have loads of cleaning and laundry tips. I'll put the links below for those for you guys. Give them a good wash and then simply use it as fabric to make gorgeous new garments. So to create your caftan, the first thing that you want to do is basically find a bed sheet or a large piece of fabric or a tablecloth that, kind of stretches from the length of wrist to wrist, or not the length, the width from wrist to wrist. And as much as I love these patterns, I was thinking I was gonna use this to make another top like I'm wearing right now. And maybe this, I think, would make a very cool pair of lounge pants like I'm wearing right now. And perhaps this, a funky patterned bed sheet, would make a wonderful, one second, ta-da, pair of amazing overalls with a belt. Jumpsuit, overalls, either way, it's very comfortable and very cool. So that leaves the tablecloth for my caftan. Caftan? Caftan. Caftan? Caftan. Not really sure how to say that. If you know, please do, leave a comment. Let me know. Is it caftan or caftan? Or caftan? Anyway, okay, so as you can see, I have folded this tablecloth in half and it pretty much stretches from wrist to wrist there. Wrist to wrist. And what's super cool about this one is it has this kind of lace here in the center that, is going to be a really cool little detail. Before we get started on this and making our cuts and everything, please let me know down below which tutorial you want to see next. Should I make a top like the one I am wearing, a pair of lounge pants like the ones I am wearing, or that groovy jumpsuit overall? Which one would you like to know how to make next? And we'll just kind of get through them all this summer. All right, let's finally get making this fantastic caftan. For this quick and easy project, all you need is your tablecloth or bed sheet, an oversized t-shirt, and your sewing gear. Now, my vintage tablecloth has this extra added detail here of some embroidery thread that has been kind of woven and fed through the crochet detail. And I'm not really into it, and it's really, old and coming apart anyway. So I'm just gonna carefully remove it. And once that's done, I shall be back. Just a quick sec. So now I have all of that embroidery thread removed. I am going to fold this in half with right sides facing as evenly as possible. And this actually would be kind of difficult to see the right sides and the wrong sides, but it still has a very vintage dry cleaner label on it, which I would guess they would have put on the inside. So that's what I'm going to use because it doesn't have any other tags. And yeah, so fold it in half evenly, and then we're going to take it like this with the fold at the top, and then fold it again. And right here at this folded corner, I'm going to stick a pin. And this now has marked the pretty much, get in there pin, exact center of, you know, the top of my soon-to-be caftan. So I know where to put the neckline area. And by the way, how adorable is my little wrist pin cushion? You can easily make one of these for yourself. This is just, you know, a mini soft toy and a bit of elastic that I hand stitched to do at the bottom of it. And it is super duper convenient. Let's see if I can show you the inside here. Kind of, maybe, sort of, there. And yeah, it's great for a wrist pincushion. And I mean, it was free because I just used stuff I already had around the house. So next, lay your tablecloth on a flat surface in that folded once position with your pin mark in the center. Then put your oversized t-shirt on top. And I mean, you can just eyeball it here like I did to basically get the center of the neckline of the t-shirt lined up with the center pin here. Or you can, you know, measure and check and see, did you actually do a good job? And this is like about, what, 25? Should be 12 and a half, and I did. I got it almost perfect. Yay me! And then grab 2 more pins and mark the sides of your neckline. Now you could just freehand chop out your neckline head hole area, but I went ahead and grabbed a little piece of chalk, and I think I'm going to try to sketch out the basic shape because, yeah, this is so lovely. I really don't want to mess it up. And okay, here we go. Just going from one pin mark all the way to the other pin mark. I mean, kind of, sort of. And yeah, then I'm going to cut that out and hopefully it's going to be okay. So I have my head hole here all chopped out. So let's put it on and see if it actually worked. La, perfect. It slips on wonderfully. And yeah, I really don't think I need to do anything else here. I don't need to chop out anymore. And there's still more than enough space to, you know, kind of finish off the edge with some cool vintage trim or just hem it. We'll see when we get to that step. We'll see what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, I mean, come on. How cool is that going to look? This nice little insert here. So I want to finish it. Let's get going. So for this next step, you need a lot of flat surface. So I'm using my floor, and I have gone ahead and my tablecloth is now with the right sides facing outward. This is very, very important if you want to keep those nice fluttery edges of the caftan, because you need to be stitching on the right sides facing outward. So once you have it all nicely laid flat, you want to lay your oversized t-shirt on top with the necklines lined up, and then go ahead and mark all the way down from at the underarm seam of the t-shirt all the way down to the end of the tablecloth. Now do this on both sides and give yourself a really, really generous seam allowance. I think I have about 4 centimeters here. And again, you could measure, but I've just gone ahead and eyeballed it. And yeah, let's go see how it all comes out once it is stitched together. I'm simply going to stitch straight down from that first pin mark all the way down to the bottom, and then repeat the process all the way down to the bottom on the other side. So I went ahead and I first hemmed up my neckline, and then I added a little bit of vintage lace all the way around just to kind of bind it and make it look a little bit nicer. And here's the big reveal! I mean, how gorgeous did this come out? For something that cost me less than $1, plus basically 1 chop and 2 seams. I mean, come on, how? This is beautiful. But unfortunately, there are a few stains on it. I mean, it is a vintage tablecloth after all, so I think I might dye it. Now, here's where I need your help. These are the fabric dye colors that I currently have in my stash: yellow, orange, red, and dark purple. So what do you think? Which color should I do? I think possibly the lace insert here is not going to take the dye as well as, you know, the linen cotton bits. So that would actually be an interesting contrast to see how it all comes out. But yeah, I'm not sure which one I want to go for. So please do let me know in a comment below. And if you would love to see more rockin' refashionista tutorials and sustainable lifestyle tips and tricks, head on over to my refashionistasherry.com site. And I mean, everything is over there to help you live a more affordable, sustainable lifestyle. And as always, please do share your favorite tips, tricks, and tutorials with your online circle so we can encourage everyone to start living more eco-friendly. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag.